What's going on, and welcome to Black Kings Free Game, or Free Game from Black Kings, whatever. Somebody made that relevant the last show, wanted to pick on me about it. But today I have a special guest, y'all. This person I've known since red light, green light, since knee high to a butterfly, since I learned how to walk, talk.
Knee high to a butterfly. Never heard that one.
Her name is Dr. Shantae Baker Martin. Everybody, we got to give it up. Give it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Shantae Martin.
Yes.
How are you, and how was your week?
I'm doing well. And I had a really good week. The week seemed to be flying by, you know. Wake up on Monday and blink your eyes, it's Friday. So it was a good week.
Now, anything exciting happened this week?
Nothing too exciting that I can think of.
You sure?
No.
I know you're a mother. I know
Yes.
there's some exciting things that go on with these kids.
Oh, my God. Oh, you meant like that. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I mean all aspects. Yes.
Well, it's actually next week. My daughter is a rising sixth grader, and she is gearing up to go to Georgia Tech.
Oh, wow.
Atlanta campus, and she'll be participating in a week-long program for rising middle school girls
Okay.
who are interested in STEM. She's an aspiring computer scientist, so
Awesome.
Oh,
she's
wow.
been doing that.
Awesome.
So this week has been spent just getting things ready for her.
Oh, so look, I guess like mama like daughter. Look,
Good stuff.
she's going to be into yeah. I bet. Oh, look.
Georgia Tech is a really good school too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's
That's
going to
good
Tech,
stuff.
so I'm excited for her.
Now look, she going to Tech and she 10.
I couldn't get into Tech when I was 18.
I still can't get into Tech.
Nah, I can't even. I know. I won't even try it.
Look, now we all know that you are a graduate from LC.
LC,
Yeah, we called it LCHS back in the day.
That's right.
But now they abbreviate to LC.
Yeah.
So graduated in 2000. Yeah, that's that. Hey, that's that year.
That's right.
So you attended Spelman College.
I
and,
did.
And you graduated magna cum laude
Yes.
and with a degree in English, right?
Yep.
So, how was Spelman? I just got to know how, because it's an all woman school.
Yes, it is.
But Morehouse is right down the
Yeah,
street.
street.
Yeah, across
But
the
it was
street.
how was it? Dealing with nothing but women all day.
It was amazing.
Wow.
When I count top 10 best decisions of life, going to Spelman College was it.
Oh wow!
I loved it. I just celebrated my 20th class reunion.
Okay.
So I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, reuniting, reconnecting with my Spelman sisters. But it was amazing to be in that space. At no other time in my life will I ever be in the community of that many black, brilliant, driven, smart black women. And we come from all over the world and come to Spelman. So it was great.
Now, that's something deep on what you do,
Exactly.
because you being connected in that type of space, I can imagine the bonds that you made. Could you explain to some of our queens? Queens, this is for my queens. King, step aside for a second. Can you explain to them how that unity has afforded you the opportunity to get to meet or be connected to some great people in this world?
Oh, absolutely. Spelman College was founded in 1881, and from its inception, it has been dedicated to empowering and educating black women to go out and be the changes they wish to see in the world. And so through Spelman, not only did many of my classmates today who are doing some amazing things in the world, but I had the opportunity to meet leading scholars, celebrities, key figures, both from 20 years ago and even today. Henry Louis Gates, you might be familiar with him. His daughter is my classmate.
Oh.
She went to Spelman. And some other don't come to mind readily, but I was at Spelman when Keisha Knight Pullum was a senior. I was a freshman, and there have been other women that came through while I was a student there. But
Wow.
because of Spelman, I think the connections, the education that I received there, just allowed me to just excel. 3 months after I graduated from Spelman, I walked into a doctoral program at Emory University.
Wow.
And at that time, I was probably one of the youngest people in my program. I know I was the youngest person in my cohort. So to be 22 pursuing a doctorate, I know that Spelman had a tremendous influence and impact on my ability to be able to excel on that level at such a young age.
And then Emory.
Emory.
Yeah.
Emory.
Bruh.
Emory.
Shouts out to Mr. and Mrs. Baker. I don't know if y'all have fully recovered, but I'm pretty sure she probably has scholarship after scholarship. But I know how dedicated Mr. and Mr. Baker is. I got to give a big shout out to them, and them being involved in the community also.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful and beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And before the show started, we started talking about the Buttercup Garden Club, to where we were growing up together. And it's wonderful. Even though it's not like it used to be back in the day, but, you know, we got to start having some of these programs available for families to be involved with.
Yeah.
Now, with you at Emory, the Emory experience, how different was it from Spelman?
Well, as you can imagine, was very different. I was at an all-women's HBCU, and I went to a PWI for graduate school. So, of course, the ratio by races is very different. But Emory is an amazing school as well. While I was there, as a graduate student, I had a chance to work. My mentor and my advisor was a leading Black scholar, Rudolph Byrd. He has passed away over a decade ago. But through that experience, I got linked up with a program sponsored by UNCF, the United Negro College Fund. They had a program with the Mellon Mays Foundation. And with that, I was a graduate student. And for about 3 years, I worked with other kids from HBCUs who had aspirations of getting PhDs. And they would come to Emory every summer. And as a graduate student, I had a chance to work with them to the point where not only were these kids from HBCUs in the United States, but also South Africa. So I remember your interview from last week with Janice, and she talked about that. We had students from the University of Cape Town and the University of Johannesburg that would come to Emory every summer, and I was one of the graduate assistants working with them. Well, in my last year, or almost my last year, I had the chance to go to South Africa. So we flipped it. So we took a cohort of HBCU students to the school, to the University of Cape Town with them. And so had I not attended Emory, I wouldn't have been afforded that experience. So each place that I've received my education has just opened doors and allowed me to have experiences that many people can't say that they had. But both degrees, all 3 degrees, my BA is from Spelman, my MA and PhD are from Emory.
Ooh, say that one more time. It sounds good when you say it. Say it one more time.
My BA is from Spelman.
That's right.
And my master's and my PhD are from Emory.
Emory. You heard that.
Awesome.
You heard that. Hey,
That is awesome.
push the mic a little bit.
A little closer. But
There
to
we
add
go.
something to that, I don't just say my degrees and where I've gone to school just to put myself out there.
Yes.
I grew up on K Creek Road.
Yeah. Hey, let's tell them about it.
Okay.
Tell them about it.
In Midway, Georgia. When I remember when my address was Route 1. Do you remember?
Mine was Route 3.
Right.
Box.
246D if you want to get
330.
So I say that because I think our children everywhere, but particularly here in Liberty County, need to know you really can get anywhere from here.
Yes.
I don't care if you're from Riceboro, Walthamville, Allenhurst, Hinesville. Pick your municipality.
Yes, right.
Whether you're on a dirt road, you're in a trailer, it doesn't matter.
Not limited.
The sky is your only limit, and so
Yes. Sky's the limit, and back here in Midway, I'm gonna tell you now. You might call us country, but when we showed up, we showed up.
That's right.
We showed up.
That's right.
We showed up in the capital as youngins. You see, I gotta hit that. But I had a lot of experiences here in Liberty County, Midway in particular. I was in the Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. That was basically unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Being an Eagle and a Black Eagle Scout is that. So you have a whole bunch of people in this area that has made great impacts, not only in their community, but throughout the world.
That's right.
If you know about the historic Dorchester Center.
That's right.
Everything that goes around in Midway, especially back then, you got a lot of trailblazers, you got a lot of standing on business people from back then. And it's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, thank you for elaborating on that.
Yeah.
K Creek.
K Creek. Still unpaid.
Look, unpaved. Oh, yeah, because in the back part, yep, you're right.
Yeah, still a dirt road.
Man, now as a child, you're an only child also?
I am an only child.
I am too.
Yeah.
Being on K Creek, were you tomboyish a little bit, or were you always girly girl?
Mark.
I already know. I just want you to tell
Do you
me.
need to ask? No, not a tomboy.
I know.
I've had my share of walking down the road with you barefoot.
Yes.
You know,
But you weren't climbing no trees.
Oh
and
no. Oh no.
Good for your music.
We don't climb.
Look, no, that wasn't her. That wasn't her back then. Now, with everything that's changed in Liberty County, what are some of the things that you miss? And then we'll go into some of the things that you love about what's happened in Liberty County.
Things that I miss. While I miss our JC Penney's that we used to have.
Yo,
I miss Baskin Robbins.
oh,
I did
now you hitting on something.
miss Baskin Robbins.
Ooh, she hitting on it now.
I miss some of the, I love what has come.
Yes.
But you miss some of those things. And those are just locations
Right.
that I miss.
Remember the Piggly Wiggly? We had them
Of
greenback
course.
bucks. We were talking about that a lot. Piggly Wiggly was the spot.
Yeah.
down
And
here.
That was my
don't
first
forget
job.
Kmart.
Kmart,
Don't
yes.
forget Kmart.
Look, so let me ask you, are you a shopper? Look, you picked that up.
I'm a strategic shopper.
Oh, okay, that's what we call it now.
I go when I'm looking for something. Yeah.
I
I'm
got
a
you.
strategic shopper.
Look, I don't blame you. I'm strategically shopping now with all these kids.
Yeah.
So, you said the Andrew Mellon Foundation, right? And also you got sponsored by the United Negro College Fund. Man, all these awards, y'all don't get this. Like, what in the world? She been working, y'all.
Yeah. That the program, it was called the Summer Pre-Graduate Experience for Students in the Humanities Program. I may be butchering the name, but it was a joint venture because it's been a number of years. But it was a joint venture between UNCF and the Mellon Foundation.
Yes.
To target particularly minority students who were interested in getting their PhDs starting in their junior year. If you said, I want to go and get a PhD in certain areas, and through an application process, you qualify, you get it, then those students in the summer after they're accepted would come to Emory University, and we would put them through a graduate boot camp. I mean, they did everything from having to do teaching demonstrations, GRE prep, all of these different things. And once they returned to their home institutions, they'd have a mentor.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say that many of the students that I worked with did go on and get their PhDs and are now professors at different schools around the nation.
And her work don't stop there, y'all. She's also a member of Baconton Missionary Baptist Church. Hallelujah. Look, she's a part of the Hinesville Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Inc. and a Limerick chapter large number 336 Order of the Eastern Star.
Limerick chapter.
And yes, Limerick chapter in Liberty County.
Yeah.
All of them in Liberty County. Now, her husband's name is Attorney Reginald C. Martin. Attorney Reginald C. Martin. And her daughter Olivia, which is a wonderful, beautiful young lady. And you got to know that she's on her P's and Q's, because I know how her mama would. Look, her mother back in the day, I'm telling you, she had a look that would cut you, boy. Look,
She still got it. She still got it.
Look,
She still got it.
Look, it cut you. You just see her, somebody came with her with some ignorant stuff.
She still got it. She still got it.
Yeah, I holler at y'all. Like, for real. And it really shows. So, I'm so proud of who you are. And I'm going to be even more prouder of what you're doing now.
Thank you.
Because, with our maturity, it comes more work ethic. So, a round of applause to you.
Same here. Same here.
Yes.
I want to compliment you all with this platform. What you're doing is, I think, it is amazing. I think it's amazing work. I think allowing people to come and have conversation, share a bit of themselves, share their views. I think you're onto something, Mark. I do.
Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So when I was saying, we talked about what you miss in Liberty County. We talked about what you like. We hit on that. Yeah, we got a lot of restaurants now. I'm looking for more entertainment per se, cheap entertainment. And when I'm saying cheap entertainment, I don't even want it to be cheap. I want to be a selfish taxpayer at this point.
Okay.
I want something grand and beautiful that I could take my family to without it really breaking my pockets.
Okay.
I'm just being real, y'all.
Yeah.
And I know there's some things coming, but we have to push through and start being more community involved. Now, with you being from here and you having the extravagant pull, right, that you have, would you be willing to do some community events with the Kings as far
Absolutely.
as okay, that's what's up. That's what's
Absolutely.
I had to ask her that right now so she wouldn't just blatantly tell me no and look me in my face and give me one of those sharp looks.
Right.
I just gotta take opportunity when opportunity comes.
I'll tell you my real answer when it's over. No, absolutely.
I knew it
No,
wasn't gonna work.
anytime I can be of assistance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, do you mind us talking about Olivia real quick?
Sure.
Now, I know that Olivia is in a lot of programs because I see her, I know she was in the gymnastics at one point. Is there some other things that she's interested in that Liberty County is providing for you, for her?
Yeah. She is... one thing, she's a young entrepreneur.
Okay.
She makes bracelets.
Oh, wow.
And she'll be participating in the summer camp that's going to be offered this summer. I think it's called the Youth Entrepreneurial Summer Experience. So she'll be doing that. And so I shout out to Chloe Villafane that is hosting that. That is for students ages 11 to 14. And so she'll be doing. She'll be participating in that. She participates in the summer camp that's offered by our church. Baconton has a summer camp that's running right now. It just finished. They just finished the first week, and there's 2 more weeks to go. So these are just some of the things that Liberty County has provided. We've participated with the YMCA camps in past years, just trying to make sure that she stays connected. So I'm appreciative of the different opportunities that are involved. I'm sure I join other parents to say, hey, the more the merrier. So if there are other experiences that our children can be involved in, certainly welcome that.
Yes. Now, with all of the things that the future holds for Liberty County, let's get into some of the things that we need to improve. Judge, how are you, King? Are you okay today?
Good.
All right.
I am good.
So we got a lot of things coming up in the summer. And Chantel, I know you're in the education. So I know that right now, in case you guys didn't know, lunch is free for your child for the next 4 years.
And breakfast.
And breakfast.
Breakfast and lunch.
I said it. I don't know why I just said lunch. Breakfast and lunch. That means your complete child's meal at school, unless they want to buy something. Do they still have the snack bar at schools? Or?
I'm not sure, but yes. So I'm glad you mentioned that. There will be opportunities. Schools will be providing some opportunities for students to buy maybe a little extra type things, or maybe a soda or something else. But the standard meal that will be provided for them. So yes.
Man, you just don't know how important that is, man.
It is.
For your for your school system to take the initiative to try to look out for the community ahead of time without them even knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of parents. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say sometimes that's the only meal some kids are getting.
That's right.
Man, you better say it.
That's right.
Yeah, people take that for granted because we live our lives and we know that we're eating.
Right.
But what about that child that's not?
Absolutely.
And I can just imagine a parent, man. A parent, the child comes home and they're like, man, we ain't got nothing to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what taught me that I can say that I understand? Life.
Yeah.
The older you get,
That's
the more experiences you have.
That's right.
You start understanding that a parent, especially a good one, that's there for their child, if they can't provide like a basic meal,
Right.
that's tough.
Yes.
That's tough. And
Yes.
it's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
So for you parents out there, nobody has to know who you are, but understand that the people of Liberty County that don't know who you are showed up for you without you even knowing. Because when everybody saw that, and I tried to be the first to release it, but I think it was already out. Well, when the information was given out, I know that was a relief to a lot of parents.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now y'all remember, y'all still have to pay the money that was owed. Look, I'm just messing. You might do. You need to check that, but you don't have to worry about your child not eating.
That's right.
All right, breakfast and lunch.
And lunch. Mm-hmm.
Man, the menu. Do you know anything about the menu? Look, I had to pull it up on her. Look, she like, now, Mark.
I don't know about the menu.
Okay.
I'm sure that, but I'm confident that it's your standard for balanced meal. It will be a balanced meal.
Look, well, I have confidence in it because I heard that the person that really dictates that, her name is Stephanie Fox. And Stephanie Fox is one of the people that really instrumented this whole free lunch thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if she's doing that, I know the food's got to be swinging. I just want the triangle pizza one more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
That
One more
triangle pizza. Oh,
One more time. Yes.
that was like, it had its own taste. Now I did one time. I took 2 of them back home and I threw them back in the oven, right? Because I wanted the bottom to be crisp. Because you know when you get that pizza is it's leaning.
Just a little soggy.
Yeah. But hey, it was even better then. I mean, that was some of the best school pizza I ever had in my life. And the peanut butter squares. Do you remember those?
Do you remember the cinnamon rolls? Okay.
I remember the fights behind the cinnamon rolls.
remember the cinnamon rolls. Yeah.
Look,
That
they was throwing down.
That was good eating.
It really was. I don't know what y'all got going on now. But I know Miss Fox, if she's able to do all those great things and our school board is getting that thing done like that, my hat's off to him. All praise to him. So, Judge McGirt,
Yes, sir.
how was your week, sir?
Productive.
Really?
It was a good week. It was a productive week. No complaints.
No complaints.
No complaints.
I noticed the weekend, and you seem like you got your dog man. Y'all got to look at the hat. Yeah, do y'all see it? Dog man in the building. Looks like you've been chilling hard this weekend. Look like you got your country boy on today.
It's in me.
Yes, I know it is.
It's in me.
It's in me too, brother, but it looks good, man. Thank you for coming. Eddie Myers. King Myers, how are you today, sir?
Good.
How was your week?
Good. The missus came home,
All right.
so we got her and the baby home now. So I'm on cloud 9 right now,
Good.
Yes.
due to the circumstances of things that happened beforehand. You know, she got home now, so we're comfortable now. Now it's
Okay.
just part of the recovery stage now.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to see that both of them are home, and we can't wait for her to come on the show, y'all. Look, we
Oh, yeah,
got.
she said she's coming too.
Look, Queen Myers is coming on the show. Trinity, not yet.
Nah.
Queen Myers is definitely coming on the show. And my week so far has been terrific, especially on today. I'm sitting at the table with all friends, really. Some friends I get to see every day.
Yep.
Some friends I see every now and then. And then some friends I only see once a year.
Would it be like that sometimes, you know?
It definitely do.
I see you every day 'cause I live across the street.
Yeah. I made sure that he lived across the street from me though. I did. Let me tell you why. Because I sold him his crib.
Yeah.
Look, that was the first house. I said, look, I already got your house. Well, we want to look around. I said, no, man, I got your house, man.
Shit.
Right across the street.
Right across the street.
That's friendship.
Yes.
Real friendship.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, it doesn't matter how long it's been since you've seen somebody. If it's a real, true friendship, it's just like you're just picking up from that moment.
That's
Nothing
right.
changed.
It was like, yeah, man, how you been? Everything good? Okay, all right. If we got problems, because we can solve them. You know what I'm saying? So you just have that person's back, and you just appreciate that friendship.
Absolutely.
Now, with the difficulty of other things that's been going on, it's just, I'm glad that God looks out. I'm glad that God looks out. It gives me peace in that storm, and I'm appreciative of things that teach me new lessons.
Right.
I got 4 graduates now out of high school.
Man,
Oh,
that's
is
awesome.
it 4? Yeah, it's 4. God, dog, look how bad that is.
Yeah, I was about to say it is 4.
Yeah, man.
Wonderful.
I had 2 graduated at the same time. Then, one before that, then the 2, then the other one this year. Then I have another one next year. Then I got like a 10-year
Gap,
wait.
yeah.
10-year gap.
Okay.
Yeah, I slapped the water, Shantae. Like, give me 18 more years, Warden. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, those life decisions, and they really start counting when they hit your pockets for this college. That's when
The older they get, the more expensive.
bro.
Yeah.
Even when you get them out the crib, it's like, yeah, I got car insurance and da. I was like, nah, we gotta start eliminating some of this stuff. You better find out what it is to be an adult today. And we appreciate everybody watching. Sheriff Bowman, appreciate it. Sherry Hancock Christensen, Miss Thelma Williams, how are you doing? Deshaun, what's going on? Also, you guys go to YouTube. And type in Black Kings Free Game and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that you know that we're coming on, because soon we're about to start having the Black Kings and Queens After Dark series. We'll be giving out prizes and we'll be having some real deep discussions, and that's what I can't wait to get to, because those deep discussions is where you really want to be at. Shantae, if there was something that you could do in the community, like say you had all the money you needed, you had the right area to do it in, what would your event be? You got time to think about it.
Event or venue? I mean, which
No, event, like an event, like, oh, I would have a family day and I would have this and I would have that. What type of event do you feel that would bring Liberty County closer together?
Let me think. I think if we were able to, well, first of all, let me give credit to the large scale events that we already have here in Liberty
Yes,
County,
ma'am.
and those who organize those events. But if we were able to have an event in the county, I think that brought a series of high profile acts.
Yes.
Not only would that be something that would be appealing to the residents of our county, but it would bring people from other counties as well. So rather that some music festival of some sort or some other kind of larger scale events, because we have a lot of great things that go on here in Liberty County.
Yes.
And the more that we can promote and showcase that, the better.
So now I just go ahead and set her up and get her, wrap it on in there. So your brother here has an event that I'm planning for the year 2025. I have some things I need to do by 2024 for it to happen, though.
Okay.
It is a culture festival.
Oh, okay.
Now, this culture festival, all this is documented to you guys that have already heard this and is trying to do something. Look, this is documented now. So the culture festival, what I would like to see is everybody from every ethnicity. Like, we'll have Africa, and we're going to do a whole thing of markets.
Okay.
So you'll have an African market, you'll have an Asian market, you'll have a German market, you'll have every market that, for the people that participate. And we dress the whole area up just like the markets would look, like in this authentic way. And people are able to go around, taste different things, try different things, buy different things.
So like a bazaar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And also we have acts, DJs in every area. right? And then we'll have big musical acts. That's the big part that I'm going to need help with, is finding some people that would like to invest their time. I know you do still have to pay for their time, but if we can get that budget for the vendor spaces and everything, that's what I would like to do. And at the end of the year, we're going to give it to the folks that just know how to have a party. We're going to drop it off to the Chinese New Year. And what we'll do is they have the whole fireworks sequence. I would like to see them bring out the dragons, the dancing dragons and everything. And to have all of that in that area so the community come together and experience different things. Because, yes, I'm a Liberty County original. But with the military base being here, we got so much diversity.
A lot.
And I'm ready to experience it all with those folks to just show just how much we do have in common.
Yeah.
Now, with all of your travels, when you went to Africa, what part and how was your experience there, and how many people tried to marry you?
I got no proposals while I was there.
Wow.
I was there for about 10 days, and I'll have to admit that about 7 of them I had severe jet lag. I just could not get adjusted. But I visited Table Mountain, went to Robben Island, visited the townships, the shanty towns. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that when you see some of the images that come out of certain African countries, because Africa is not a country, it's a continent. And so we have to make that distinction, is that when you see these seemingly very impoverished areas, they are impoverished, but those who live there have been able to still cultivate a life, for themselves. So they had systems for postal delivery and all kinds of things that you would assume didn't exist. And I think it also connects to sometimes how we view people. We think our perception of their lives, our perception is their reality. And so going there was very eye-opening for me. I actually went to one of the restaurants and got to try different kinds of foods in the shanty town. And so, and I went on a little safari, all kinds of things. So it was great. It was great. I would encourage anyone, if you have the opportunity to visit an African country, to do that. And South Africa was certainly
very beautiful. And tell me if you would agree or not. But you guys, all of these things that they tried to get you to believe that Africa is this and Africa is that, you need to start seeing for yourself. Don't go off those people's perceptions, right? Get your own perspective. Go and understand the vibe, because when you touch down, at one part you might feel like, well, dang, this reminds me of America, right? But the other part you can be like, oh, no, I'm not in America, right? But if you saw how close knit everyone is, and a prime example, and I have to use this terminology so you guys can understand it. I saw a dime, what men call a dime woman, right? With about a 2-man. And I'm talking about the family structure was beautiful. Right there with him, it wasn't about his pockets. It was more about his value as a person. It wasn't about her looks. It was about her value as a person. And the unity down there is terrific. I feel the infrastructure can be so much better. And I think that's where Africa was taken advantage of. Is they were steadily taking their resources and trying to give out what they told them what was value, when we should have been asking for engineers and ways to have a better infrastructure. Because if the infrastructure was in Africa right now, it'll blow everything else away, because of the values that they have and the understanding that they have for each other. That's something that if we had here, we would be dominating. We would be dominating. Do you understand? The unity and the togetherness and following through, getting to a problem, being able to situate the problem without there being distance because of an argument or a misunderstanding. And just saying, okay, let's work through that and keep following through. So I encourage everyone go to Africa, go to Lagos, go to Ghana, go to Johannesburg. What were some other?
I went to Cape Town.
Cape Town, yes.
South Africa.
Cape Town, South Africa. Never been there, but I'm
It's
going.
beautiful.
I'm going. Cape Town was more near the water.
Yes.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Cape Town,
It is beautiful.
and the water is clear, isn't it? It's blue.
It's blue.
Yes.
It's beautiful there.
Wow. Did you get in the water though?
No. No, ma. I did not. I looked at it. I got pictures. But no.
She was standing in front of it. She was running.
I posed in front of yes.
Not a water person.
She wasn't getting in that water.
Right.
I wasn't getting that water either.
Right. I'm
gonna
not
grab
big. I'm not big on water, but it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They have what you call sharks, but it's a little bit higher quality there than it is over here. Because the sharks can really see over here in Tybee. They like
It's murky.
it's murky.
The
They
water's-
going off of antennas.
Yeah. They like,
It's pretty
you know what?
murky.
Let me
Yeah.
figure it
But over
out.
there, they can see you.
Yeah, right.
Lunch.
Oh, you just gonna dangle your legs like that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, swim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're too funny.
Hercules. But
Dinner time.
Shantae, why didn't you get in the water again?
Well, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. But it was beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I know that's right. Now with the food, that was something that I found that was really different, but really good. The food over there was very fresh.
Yeah.
Because if you want to experience really fresh food, especially you go to Africa.
Yeah.
When I saw that they were making it's called a mala. It's a yam,
Okay.
but I like the black amala.
Okay.
So he took me to the best amala spot in Lagos. And when we went there, I saw the ram just sitting outside with his neck on the on the chopping block.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness.
So bad. I mean, I walked
pretty
by and I was
fresh.
like kind of nervous. I was
Yeah.
like, well, it is what it is. I went in there, and that was some of the best fresh meat I had in a long time. And my body processed it so fast, right? And everything came out smooth. And I also started losing weight. It was like when you don't have all these preservatives and everything that we have over here,
Right.
it's a difference. The Coke is lighter. The orange drinks don't have the same orange tint.
We talking about soda, right?
Yeah, we talking about
Oh,
something.
okay.
Like, I said Coke.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Not cocaine, my friend.
You got the judge sitting in front of us. We
Oh my
got to be food correct.
But they have their own Coke plant over there.
Okay.
And Nestle, I believe I saw. Yeah, Nestle was over there. And it's just their whole food structure is different. Do y'all realize that here in America, we're the only ones that have certain preservatives? If you go to other countries, it's
They
illegal.
don't, they don't allow it.
Yeah.
And we can see the toll that it takes on
Yes.
our bodies in various communities, but you can see the way in which food gets processed. We don't really know all the ins and outs of what it's put into things that we think are natural. And so because of it, in our country, we have high rates of obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure,
Yes.
heart disease, all kinds of things that food and food consumption can help to alleviate.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Have you been to Africa yet, Judge?
I have not, but I want to.
Is there a certain part you would like to go
Doesn't
to?
matter.
Doesn't matter.
I want to go.
Eddie, have you been there before, bro?
I want to go to the safest part.
See?
that's honest.
Look.
That's honest.
I'm.
Or
I ain't trying to get
I
stuck
was
over there.
spoiled.
I take that back.
What?
I would want to see the pyramids.
Pyramids. So you want to go to Egypt?
I would want to go to Egypt.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
That's still in Africa, but
I know that, but that
that's the part
if
you would
I
like
had
to
to
go.
pick,
Yes,
it would be there.
Yeah.
that is interesting. Though. Yeah, because we're in 2024. They're still trying to figure out how they built the pyramids. Isn't that a trip? They're trying to figure it out. Don't figure it out. Who are the people? Because for the longest time, I didn't know what Egyptians looked like, for real. I just looked at the movies, and I was like, dang, man, them people, they must be great. They must be powerful. My whole life, I'm looking at Egyptians, and I like that type of stuff. And now to find out that the Egyptians were melanated people, think about that. Think about that. All these queens and these kings, King Ramsey and Queen Cleopatra, and all these folks that we used to think were of the lightest complexion, were us. Why you think why did they hide that? Why wasn't it more depicted to who they were? Anybody got an opinion on that? Dr. Martin, why do you think they...
I think to perpetuate a certain narrative of what brilliance looks like, what power looks like, pick your positive term, what that's supposed to look like. Power has a face, it has a complexion, it has a voice, and what do we want that to look like? And so, when the narrative is shared, the power lies. He who holds the pen holds the power. So when you have the pen, the power of the pen, you can write whatever narrative you want to put out there.
Speaking of power with the pen, sir, how do you feel about the statement I made? Why do you think that they changed the look of who the Egyptians were? Because even movies back then, when they depicted slaves, they were black. When they depicted anything else, they were pretty much their proper color. Why do you feel that they depicted the Egyptians as the lighter complexion?
I would piggyback off of what Dr. Martin stated. Power is we can look at it as a drug. Some people, that's a driving factor for some people.
Yeah,
is power, or a position of influence. And I feel whatever that is the result of that.
King Myers, how do you feel about that, sir?
So I'm gonna piggyback off.
Piggyback.
No. Honestly, I think it was to show dominance of race, because they didn't want us to know that we were from that. Because once that generation of the initial slaves came over, they didn't want to know that this is where you really came from. Because to be honest with you, most of us know by now, history is that we sold ourselves. We were conquered other villages, and the people that they kept alive, they used them to sell. So
the big ones of that was the Dahomey tribe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know all that. I don't know about Dahomies. I know Rich Homie, but I don't know Dahomies.
I don't know about Dahomies.
Yeah, I don't know about Dahomies. I know Rich Homie. But I think that's what it is, because they had to make that narrative that we were always dominant anyway. So to dumb us down to where we didn't realize that we really had more power than we had, they did that. Even though they knew the truth, which a lot of people did not know, because like I said, generation to generation growing up, when you grew up, your parents would taught you, hey, this is what Egyptians look like, because they were taught that from that, not knowing that they were of melanin. So to keep that secret, they had to. The first thing you look at is movies.
Yes.
The entertainment field is the first thing you go to. So once you've gotten the attention and the mindset that this is what it is, it was easy to hide it by generations of growing up until you find one person in that whole generation is like, hey, that is not true. So I think that's how that goes, like that, because a lot of us don't get to go over to Egypt. That's American, so they don't understand to go talk to the Egyptians, say, hey, Egyptians are your color.
Yes.
But we're in America, so America is like, hey, they were us, and they don't get that chance to talk to, the real Egyptians. So I think that's the reason why they did that.
That is facts. So this, my opinion is, piggybacking off all of you guys.
Hey man, you too big to get on my back.
Look, I got you.
I got a weak back.
Yeah. And no diddy.
No diddy.
It was.
I didn't do it.
It was an ego trip. It was, I'm better than you. Superiority. And I remember seeing a show with Richard Pryor. He had like these little mini skits. And Richard Pryor had one about the Egyptian tombs. And he was a helper. Like, this is just a skit, a comedy skit. And it was some white guys that were the ones that was making the discovery. And when they went into the temples and everything, right, into the tombs, he was looking around, Richard Pryor was looking around, and the white guy was looking like, oh God. Now this is back in the 1970s. They're like, oh God, they can't see this, they can't know this. Richard Pryor looked up and said, hey man, all these people was, hush, don't say anything. Now listen, this is 1970s. And it was, at the end of it all, he was like, hey man, do y'all realize all these people were brothers? And they closed him inside the tomb because they didn't want that message getting back to the public. So for me to know that Richard Pryor was doing this, even though it was jokes, it was the truth. Back in 1970s and 80s, it let me know that this was discovered a long time ago, but it still wasn't made mainstream. Why is that? Why is it that if you knew this information early on, why wasn't it pushed? Like even in the movies, like I've said before, the Pentagon has a propaganda budget. So if you're going to have something and you want to make everything that was exactly what it was, I'm searching for the word, but if you're going to be as close as you can to what actually happened, why didn't we use the people that were there? Why we didn't use the complexion? So that brings me to this. There's a lot of correction that we need to make in the United States. I'm not saying that it can happen overnight, but there needs to be some reality and accountability to it. We can't just continue to push forward on fictional when we know some of the things that are non-fiction and the reality of them. Does that make sense? Did I go too deep for y'all right there?
No, I think this is where there is power, the power of education, not just the education that one receives from someone else, but also taking that, being self-motivated and determined to learn truths for yourself. So rather, depending on the field, it could be history, it could be the Bible, it could be any other area. Don't just rest on what you are receiving from others. Do that research for yourself.
Yes.
To discover the truth for yourself, or a version of the truth for yourself. So that's why it's vital that we encourage our children to get those building blocks of education, whether it's public education, private education. Of course, I'm a proponent for public education because that at least gives you the building blocks that you can go on and search for yourself.
Yes. I'm glad you see how she said that all politically correct and everything. She just went on to smooth that thing out. Now you just need to find out for yourself. You need to teach. We need to teach our kids, yo.
Yeah.
The education doesn't just need to be at school.
Correct.
And we need to get away from that education just being at school. But yet all we want to do with school is complain. We want to complain about what we feel they're not doing,
right? But
not getting involved even at home for what we can do. That's where a lot of your intelligent kids come from, is the efforts that's being put in at home.
Absolutely. We have to make sure that we do that.
Yes, ma'am. Now, with Liberty County and especially our education system, what are some of the things that you're just proud of?
Oh, so many things. So many things that, as a product of the school system, the fact that we have a college and career academy.
That is
Speak on it.
That is huge. All of the different tracks that our students can pursue, that we have. Just a few weeks ago, we had STEM camps, K-12, that our students could have 2 days of enrichment. They didn't have that.
They did. My daughter went too, y'all.
20
she
plus
did.
years
She
that
enjoyed it.
Our kids, the technology that they have access to, the opportunities that our kids have access to. And that's not to say that we didn't have them back then, because like I said, I was able, just my personal story, I was able to go on to some of the top universities in this nation, arguably the world, and got my start in the Liberty County school system. So to just see how we have evolved, the different opportunities that our kids are afforded, makes me so proud.
Yes.
So proud.
That career academy.
major.
Hit on some of the things that you know personally as far as like a program that you just like, oh my God, I can't believe we have this. What are a couple of programs that you?
So one of the things that we offer for our students is a track and health, allied health fields.
Yes.
And our students are able to get those certifications, and get that hands-on experience. If community has not had an opportunity to go and tour the College and Career Academy, you would be absolutely amazed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is not just, they're not just sitting in desks reading books, watching. No, they get hands-on experiences. Our culinary arts program, our
Culinary arts.
Yes, our children are learning different kinds of cuisines and have cooked. I have attended events that they have made the meals for us.
What?
Yes.
Do they run the market there, right?
They have a market, I do believe.
What you mean the market?
They graphic design, photography, I mean, you name it. I mean, we have some state-of-the-art resources for our kids in Liberty County.
Or cafe, should I say?
Yeah, they have a little cafe.
There's a cafe in the school.
I look like you be going there to eat. Look.
No, but
It's really good.
Really?
Yes.
Can you buy food there? Purchase, or is it a cafe just for the students?
it's they do events. They've done events. When I've come to visit as a school board member, they prepared a little meal for us, and I was just blown away.
Oh, that's dope.
Blown away. I've also gone to volunteer to be an interviewer. So as our kids are preparing to go on the job market, I've done mock interviews with them, and they're able to talk about the things that they're doing, not only at LCCA, but at their home institutions, Bradwell and Liberty County. When I tell you, I have complete faith in the Liberty County school system. We are preparing tomorrow's leaders today. Today.
Yeah.
Can I do?
Oh, of course, you're already there, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I will always think highly of the Liberty County school system, but to just see the evolution
to that,
it's amazing.
And it's amazing to me because you always hear people talk bad about school systems, right? Mm-hmm. And I keep telling folks, hey, why don't you start looking at what some of these places have as far as finances, right? Mm-hmm. Start comparing the technology they have, then come back to Liberty County and tell me that we ain't got it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or surpass that. Mm-hmm. 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 We have larger classroom sizes, and we also have our dedicated teachers that are in place to actually do the job. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of these things you just can't complain about without getting involved and finding out what's really going on.
Correct.
In order to help your child's particular situation.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But as much greatness that has come out of Liberty County.
Oh, absolutely.
Now that's something that you need to start comparing.
Yes.
Start comparing that. Go ahead.
Yes.
some people are just complainers.
Yeah. Who are you telling?
There's no way.
There's no way that you
no
can,
way around.
But we cannot talk about King Myers at the table like this. That's a discussion that we need to have after the show. No,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because they're Liberty Countyans, when I tell you, are all around the world doing some great things. Coming from Riceboro, Walthamp, I can just name all the municipalities, got their start in the Liberty County school system, and are leaders at corporate levels, you name it. and they came from right here. So not only
Yes.
do we have a lot to be proud of what we're offering, but we also, to our students now, but we should be proud of who they become long after they leave us.
You know what? I was about to say Carla Sapp, right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of things she did. And how about she just popped up? And Dog Man, we see you watching. Look, we know that he has the hat on. We addressed that early on in the program, didn't we, guys?
Absolutely.
Shouts out to Dog Man Outdoors Entertainment. We really appreciate you stopping in. And to everybody watching, King Boston is watching also. And he said, look, King Boston tapping in, he says. If anybody has any questions for Dr. Martin, please go ahead and get them in queue. We're about to come to the end of the program. This has been so amazing. But there's only a few more questions, but we're going to let King Myers ask a question to Queen Martin, if you don't mind. Yeah, don't
Put
sit
him
over
on the
there. Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
Put him
over
on
there. You
the
be
spot.
talking that junk. Yeah.
First of all, I don't
Yeah.
talk junk.
Yeah. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Well,
So
talk to
after
her.
we finish this, I got a lot of junk to talk.
Please. Please.
Okay, Jay.
Please.
I know. I know. I was like, I don't even really know what question you want to ask her, to be honest with you. I'm just amazed by African American women, women in total. My wife is. You hear me talk a lot about my wife. It's because I almost lost my wife not too long ago. But she's a pivot to what you are. You got your doctor's degree. My wife has 3 master's degrees right now.
Fantastic.
But I'm always amazed by African women, or women, period, because you guys go through a lot. just to be women alone.
Yeah.
And I try to teach my daughter and my goddaughter. Now I'm gonna teach my new one that we just got.
Charity.
That as a black woman, you have to. It's enough that as a black man, I have to work twice as hard as a white man. You have to work 4 times harder than a white man
At minimum.
because you have to work twice as hard as work harder than a black man. So you guys have, for you to be what is it, prosperous and shows of excellence is just amazing to me. Because like I said, it's enough that as women you go through your women, because African American woman's body is made totally different than anything on earth. You guys go through a whole lot more, and I'm just amazed by it because my wife is a pure example of what a strong black woman's body can go through and make it through. So I want to say thank you for being that example.
Wow.
Because I can be an example for a black man, but I can't be an example for a black woman because I don't understand what it is that you go through every single day. I have an idea because I have daughters. I'm a girl dad. So I have ideas. I have a wife who goes through it.
Yeah.
But to know exactly what you guys go through every single day is crazy. The little bit I've learned.
Yeah.
I have sisters. I have a mother. I have a grandmother. I have godmothers. I have all these different mother figures that I have in my life, and I get to learn more and more every day about what it takes to be a strong black woman, because I want to make sure that my daughters have the success and setup, and my wife is going to make sure of it.
That's right.
So I'm a backer in everything that she do. So I want to just say thank you
Wow.
for that.
Wow. That's big. That's big.
And to you, Judge, we haven't talked much to you. You've been kind of quiet over there, trying to be quiet. He's like, I got my dog man hat on, leave me alone. And I've read your shirt. Your shirt is very interesting. If you can elaborate on your shirt.
This Reservoir Marriage Experience. So this is something me and my wife is a part of at our church. And it is strengthening, building, keeping marriages fun, keeping marriages intact. Marriage is a everyday job.
Yeah.
24/7.
Tell me about it, man.
And that is what this is. So our church has put this together for people that are wanting to get married, looking to get married, getting ready to get married, or currently married. That is an environment, safe environment to discuss whatever needs to be discussed to help marriages thrive, to help them continue to be prosperous. So that's what this is, and this is one of the shirts that my wife made for the
Beautiful shirt.
Wow.
for the.
Yeah, that's why I was reading. I was like, I wonder what the meaning behind it.
I read it. I was reading it earlier too.
And also one more other question, Judge. Now you're judge, right?
Yes.
So what is your what is it? If I never knew judges have certain things that they jurisdiction
Right.
over. So what is necessarily your jurisdiction?
So my jurisdiction stops with, on the criminal side, it stops with certain charges. As far as, I guess the best way to put it, I can issue a warrant, but I'll never hear that case.
Right.
On the civil side, anything that is, and which they're trying to change that limit now, which will be the caseload is already here.
it's just gonna
But
double.
if they change that limit, it's gonna go here. So
Hey, it comes with responsibility.
yeah, so that there is a lot that I am over. I'm over a lot more than I'm not over.
Right.
I'll put it like that. That's
Gotcha.
the best way to put it. Yeah. So civilly, if it's under 15,000, it's coming to magistrate court.
Gotcha.
Unless that person specifically goes to state court or superior court and files it, which may end up still coming to magistrate court. But
Yeah.
the there's more that we hear than that we don't hear.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
You good?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
You know,
You got anything?
You said I was quiet,
Mr.
Any
Mr. King Kondo.
any questions?
Yes. No, man. Look, I know you ain't quiet. I know you get to it.
Yeah,
You
I
get
mean,
to
I
it.
know you're just sitting back there chilling. You know, I was trying to chill too until you put me on the spot. So I figured I would. You know, busy
Somebody
loves
else on the
company.
carpet.
Sure did.
Let me get somebody else in this hot seat with me.
Pull
You know,
somebody
let me
else
cool
on
it
the
down a
carpet.
little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got much back there to cool the hot seat down, so I had to get somebody to help me out a little bit.
Magistrate Judge,
Yes, sir.
what is it that you would like to say to Queen Martin on today?
Oh, what I would like to say to Dr. Martin, the impact is felt more than you know. Keep going. Keep going. That would be what my words to you, to encourage you.
Yeah.
The journey is not always understood,
No, it's not.
but we have to keep moving to fulfill your purpose, my purpose. If we stop, that journey stops.
That's
Yes.
right.
So to you, keep making the impact that you're already making.
Wow.
Keep striving. That next level, that crazy thought that you had that's like, nah, that won't happen. Nah, go for it. Go for it.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, it's a encouragement to me, as I'm sure it's an encouragement to these fellas as well. So as you continue to climb, just know
He forgot my
I'm
name.
gonna be right.
You see how you messing with you, man? You see how you messing with you?
Admired. If I'm not mistaken, Eddie.
Yeah, see, now go continue, King.
You know what? If I could say, first of all, thank you for that. And you don't know, Judge McGirt, what you've accomplished, who you are, what an impact your presence means to this community.
Yes.
All of us, the three of us are at least over 40. You are not. That says a lot as an
Yes.
duly elected official. So I want to encourage you as well. One of the things, I am a Christian woman and I pray a lot. But one of my prayers is, Lord, help me to live a life that transcends my own existence. When we think about the time that we are here, and we don't know how long that will last, the hope is that something that we've done, something that we've said, outlives us.
Yes.
When we think about the greats, the Dr. Kings, the Shirley Chisholms, their lives transcend their existence. We still speak their names. And even though we are relatively youngish, we are here in Liberty County,
Young.
you know, we can still do things that transcend right now. And so what you've accomplished, it will transcend you.
Yes.
When we write the history, when the ever evolving history of Liberty County is written, your name will be there. That means and speaks volumes. The Free Game from Black Kings podcast will be written there, you know, and those who gather at this table, you know, our great grandchildren prayerfully will remember this. And so I appreciate the beautiful words that you all spoke, but it's this, I tried to think of my life as being bigger than me and hoping that something that I have done, something I've said, a life that I have touched, you know, will outlast me, you know? And so I didn't talk about the fact that I was a, you know, college professor. I've taught thousands, hundreds of students at an HBCU. I, you know, currently work in higher education still. And I just hope that something, and then on top of being on the school board, that some student somewhere say, I can because she did.
Right.
I can because she did. Some young boy is going to say, I can because he did. He did it.
And that's what's up. Shante just had to hit her with the ooh-ah break. So, some things that I want to say to you, Dr. Queen Martin, is I remember the first time that I saw you give a speech. It was at the Martin Luther King parade day that we have at Bradwell Institute. And she was the keynote speaker that year. You know how I was like, yeah, that's right. I know her. Dog. You know what I'm saying? She about to do a good one. You know? Just having to know that just like these entertainers like Tupac and all of them, they were connected back at art school and everything. But here our connection is, yes, we're coming back and we're doing the work.
Yeah.
And that means a lot. Thank you for coming back all the way from Spelman, you know, even being a college professor, traveling the world, having these experiences and sharing your experiences, to being a very logical and respectable and elegant woman. I know that your husband is so proud, so proud. And just being a firm example for your daughter. And by you being an example to her, you're an example to other children, because I know that they watch your daughter and they're like, well, her mom is just wow. You know, kids do that. They do that. So thank you for coming home and doing even more work and continually doing work.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely.
I've had fun today.
Look, don't be trying to squirt it out of there yet. It ain't over. It ain't
Grab my purse.
Look, she like, let me get up out of here. So, before we leave, y'all, you know what time it is. It's time for us to give you the wise words of the day. The free game you got today was to know that if you stay in your purpose, you will reach your accomplishments. You can see it doesn't matter where you're from. It's all about the work you do.
That's right.
And even sitting at this table right now, there's a lot of work and a lot of success. So, Dr. Queen Martin, if there was anything you wanted to say to the kings and queens out there today, any encouraging words or any free game that you'd like to give them, they're right there.
I would say trust the process. Whatever it is that you may be experiencing right now, it is a part of a process to help grow and develop you into the person that you are destined to be. And all of us around this table have gone through something, but in the end, you are better, stronger, wiser, and closer and more of the person you have been called to be. So trust the process.
Trust the process. Thank you. Thank you. King Myers.
You always put me behind.
Yeah, man. Because I see you down there trying to Google. You Google. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, you always put me behind a good person. Why you let me go first? So then I don't look so bad.
Hey, you keep going till your good is your best. And
You can't recycle stuff, man. You can't recycle stuff.
I cannot. This is
No, I think pretty much piggyback off what she said. With change comes work. With work comes change.
there you go.
So, you put in the work, there's going to be change. And if you want change, you have to put in the work.
There it is.
Yes.
So they coincide with each other at all times. So if you don't do any work, there will never be no change.
That's right.
But if you want change, you have to put in the work. So that's what I have to say.
Oh, well, he came with one quick right
Yeah,
there.
I had to,
Yeah.
quick on my feet, I've been doing this since I was young, having a joke on me. I had to come back with another joke.
I pick on King Myers, but don't get it twisted. My brother is very intelligent. Don't
Yes.
get this stuff twisted. We are brothers.
Yeah.
So yes, I give him the work sometime, but that does not negate who he is by a long shot. The wisdom is there. That's why we're brothers.
Right.
So yeah, I just had to say that to let them know.
Disclaimer.
Yes.
Yeah, now beat that, Judge.
King. You say he came at you. That's how he came at you, man.
I'm going to drop the mic on him.
Man.
That's right.
Man.
King McGirt. What would you like to tell the folks today on this wonderful evening,
Yeah.
sir?
Take us home. Take us home.
It'll be very simple. Very simple. There's nothing elaborate.
I like simple.
But when you ask the question to Dr. Martin and to then Eddie and now me, as I was thinking, it would be to trust the process, be the change, but in all of that, in all of doing those things, be love.
Yes.
Be love.
Be love.
He came with that ditty right now.
Communication. It doesn't matter the situation.
Yes.
Communication is one of the things that can alleviate so many problems
Yes.
that we have if we just do well to communicate. In that doing well to communicate, just be an example of love.
Be an example of love.
Very good.
That's beautiful. I appreciate that. And before I speak, you guys, just want to let you know once again, I need you guys to go to YouTube and subscribe. Black Kings Free Game. I got to give a shout out to Good to Go. Good to Go is a wonderful and tasty Jamaican cuisine restaurant. And I mean, they get down. Daryl
haven't
and
ate
his
there yet?
staff. Oh, have I?
I know. I said I haven't.
Oh, wow. We got to change that.
But you got. It's because I'm allergic to onions.
Oh yeah, he's concerned about onions. That's why I always told him, I dare him to mess with me, man. I'm gonna grab some onions, I'm gonna throw it at him. I'm like, what you say? What you say? Say it again, I'll go dice them up.
I just hope you were able to deal with Queen Myers at that point.
I got you. But she gonna be too worried about you swelling up to be worried about me to be afterwards. But you guys, Good to Go was a wonderful spot. Also, don't forget about leaf filters and your boy King Conda, the people's champ. Go to kingconda.com. When you're ready to buy your home, give me a call, 912-532-9850, and I'll get you in there. All right? Now, with the ending of the show, I have to say this. Much props and respects to Dr. Queen Martin. We thank you.
Thank you.
Props to my brothers here that joined me today.
Yeah.
And from everything I learned, everything seems like it comes together to form unity. Because you need communication, you need change, and you also need Dr. Shantae Martin in the building.
Stop it.
If you have all of these things involved in the process, it forms unity. And amongst ourselves, we found out that by us being melanated, a lot of times it might be overlooked or misconstrued, because sometimes you have to bury someone else's power so that they won't recognize who they are. But now that we recognize, we cannot be swayed by every distraction that we're given. We need to focus on the common goal. It shouldn't be anything that has to force us back to being unified. And that's what I don't like, because the first sign of trouble, then all of a sudden we out there together for little minuscule things instead of being together for everything, because we see crime amongst ourselves a lot, and I don't never see any walks for that. when I start seeing the walks where when we're doing these acts against ourselves, then I know we're headed in the right direction because we're not tolerating it.
Right.
And from the examples of us traveling outside of our country, when you go to these other countries, especially in Africa, they hold those people accountable, boy. I dare you to take something and they find out who you are. Yeah, and they're not just, they're doing it in a family way. You'll see people out there holding buckets of water and like stuff like that because they hold themselves accountable. So understand, our unity, it breeds more than just a future. It breeds the success of generations, I would say.
Absolutely.
It breeds a change. See, I used it. It breeds a change. So to all you kings and queens out there, we thank you for watching. Big ups to Dr. Shantae Baker Martin and the rest of the kings. We'll see you next time. It's your boy, the King Conda, the People's Champ. And I'm out.
Yeah.